I never planned to stay in Hillcrest Hostel. It was old, silent, and too far from the city. But my university allotted me room 313, so I didn't have a choice. I moved in late evening carrying one bag and a blanket. The warden, an elderly man with tired eyes, walked me to my room. Before leaving, he paused at the doorway and said in a low voice, "If you hear knocking at night, don't reply." I laughed nervously. From where will someone knock? He didn't answer. He just stepped back and walked down the corridor without explaining anything. It was a strange start. First night. Room 313 wasn't big. One bed, one wooden table, and a cupboard that smelled old. The tube light flickered every few seconds. I thought it was just voltage fluctuation. Everything was normal until I tried to sleep. The silence in the hostel was unusual. No talking, no footsteps, nothing. It felt like the entire building was holding its breath. At 12:11 a.m., my room temperature dropped suddenly. I could see my breath in the air. I wrapped the blanket around myself, but the cold felt unnatural, like it was coming from inside the walls. I tried ignoring it. Eventually, I slept. Second night. The next day passed normally, but when night came, the atmosphere changed again. At 12:03 a.m., I heard something faint, like movement inside the wall behind my bed. It wasn't rats. It was too slow, too deliberate. A soft tap. Then another. Then a pause. It was a sequence like someone tapping to check if anyone was awake. I sat up. The tapping stopped immediately, as if the person behind the wall realized I was listening. I didn't sleep after that. Third night. I told the warden about the sound. He looked at me with an expression I didn't understand. He asked only one question. "Did you reply to the knocking?" I told him no. He seemed relieved and said, "Good. Whatever happens, do not answer it. And never knock back." I wanted to ask why, but he walked away. That night, I decided to stay awake and record everything on my phone. 12:00 a.m. Nothing. 12:05 a.m. Silence. 12:10 a.m. Colder again. 12:13 a.m. The tapping started. This time it was louder. Not like someone tapping randomly, like someone knocking from inside a hollow space. 3 knocks. Pause. 2 knocks. Pause. 1 slow knock very close to my ear. Without realizing, I whispered, "Hello?" The knocking stopped immediately. The room went completely silent. For 10 long seconds, I thought nothing would happen. Then, something knocked back. Not on the wall, but from inside the cupboard. The cupboard incident. My heart froze. The cupboard door was slightly open, only an inch. I stared at it, waiting. The knocking inside it continued, slow, rhythmic, patient. I took out my phone and turned on the flashlight. My hands were shaking. I approached the cupboard slowly. When I pulled the door open, the knocking stopped. The cupboard was empty. But the back panel of the cupboard had fresh scratch marks, thin, long lines, as if someone had dragged their nails across the wood. The marks weren't there when I moved in. I closed the cupboard immediately. That night, I didn't sleep at all. Fourth night. I planned to change rooms, but the hostel was full. Nobody wanted to shift anyway. Everyone avoided the 3rd floor except me. I didn't know why, until that night. At 12:03 a.m., I heard footsteps in the corridor. Heavy, slow dragging. They stopped outside my door. Then something pressed against my door from the other side. I could see the wooden panel bending slightly inward, like someone was leaning on it. A whisper followed. "Open. I can't see you." I froze. It wasn't a voice I recognized. It sounded like someone speaking through water, distorted, breathless. I reached for my phone, but it slipped from my hand. As I bent to pick it up, the whisper came again. "Don't bend. I'm right behind you." I didn't turn around. I didn't breathe. I didn't move. After almost half a minute, the pressure on the door disappeared. The footsteps moved away slowly. I finally picked up my phone. There was a message from an unknown number. "Don't open the door. Don't reply to the knocking. You're in room 313 now. It knows." The message vanished before I could save it. Hallway discovery. In the morning, I finally talked to the student living 1 floor below me. When I mentioned room 313, he stepped back instantly, fear visible in his eyes. He said, "No one stays in that room longer than a month. Some leave after 1 night. A student disappeared 3 years ago from that same room." I asked him how someone could just disappear. He swallowed hard. Before he vanished, he told us the knocking had moved from the wall, to the floor, then the ceiling, then inside his room. "And then?" I asked. He said the knocking wasn't trying to scare him. It was trying to learn his replies, so it could imitate him. I didn't understand. He continued, The last night, someone heard two voices inside room 313. Both sounded exactly like him, talking to each other. I felt my spine go cold. I asked him what happened afterward. He said, no one saw him again. But the knocking continued, as if it was waiting for another occupant. I felt sick. Why didn't anyone tell me? He whispered, because the warden believes if you're chosen you must stay. Leaving doesn't help. It follows. Return to the room. When I returned to room 313, the door was already open. I'm absolutely sure I had locked it. Inside, everything looked normal except one thing. Someone had written something on my wall. Not with ink. Not with chalk. With a finger dragged across dust, forming words. I heard you reply. I stepped back toward the door. And the door slammed shut on its own. The room grew colder. The wall behind my bed made a soft sound. Not tapping this time. Breathing. Slow, deep, steady breathing. Right behind the wall. And whatever it was waiting for midnight.